I asked them this question very directly. What do you see so special about this franchise business that other business who has so much passion, pour in so much faith, energy, and their time and money into doing? Okay, what makes your one so special that can stand out and can withstand the time? Then they think. Okay lah. After the conversation with me, they decided, maybe don't invest so much lah. Maybe $10,000, $20,000, just to try. Welcome to Clean Your Toilet Podcast. My name is Ming Kuang. I am a botanical artist and I do a lot of terrarium works and botanical installations, indoor and outdoor. Basically, that's what I do. Yeah, what about you, Kat?
Hi, my name is Kat Aziz. I'm the founder of Chia. So I'm a retail fashion brand that focuses on oversized fashion. Yes. So maybe you're curious what I'm doing. I'm also very curious what you're doing, right?
Okay,
because botanical, I think like inside a space, right? Like you're containing the botanical. Can you share a bit about that?
Okay, so what I do is I do terrariums. So you know what's a terrarium, right? Basically, it's an enclosed ecosystem that encompass many different kind of plants. Okay, but for my case, my terrarium is a bit niche. The main materials that I use is just moss. Okay, mosses that I import from overseas.
Right.
And I use those moss to sculpt very beautiful landscape. So that is my niche. So when you look at the terrarium, right, it looks very zen, very clean. Yeah, so that is my style. Then my background is actually from architecture.
Right.
So I'm very sensitive to scale and proportion. So what I do is in this moss-scape that I've created within the terrarium, I will usually include like architectural models, human scale figurine to kind of like create a scenery. So what some of my clients do is they will actually send me a photo of something that is very memorable to them. Like it could be they went overseas for a proposal. Okay, they stamp a photo. They want to encapsulate that memory within a terrarium, right? They just simply send me the photo, and I will just do the 3D print and whatnot, and I will just create a landscape for them. So it's a replica of that photo lah. But it's inside a terrarium setting.
You literally like make something out of the photo into...
Yeah. Something that it's similar. But the important thing is it has to be memorable and he has to symbolize, has some form of symbolize for that moment for them. So this is what I do. So that is the terrarium part. I started with terrarium when I started my business back in year 2014. Then slowly I transit to preserve moss wall installations. Yeah, so I also do preserve moss wall installations whereby we take the same moss that I use for my terrarium, right? They are in a preserved state. And then what I do is I actually use them for installations indoor.
Oh.
Yeah, so why clients want something like that is because they might have a corner in their space, be it a home, be it in their office, that doesn't allow them to grow plants because of the limitation of the space. It could be not enough sunlight, too much maintenance. They don't want to, they don't want the hassle of that. So, but they still want the greenery indoor, right? So what they do is they can just simply engage me. I will green up their indoor environment and they don't have to worry about maintenance at all. So, which means to say no need watering, no need daylighting, and they will remain green like this for many years to come. Yeah, so this is a very good alternative to indoor greenery.
Right.
So that is what I do.
Amazing.
Yeah, so usually I will need to, my elevator speech is a bit long because...
No, but amazing. I can feel a passion from just sharing that. I believe what makes you want to do that? And does it start with passion?
Yes. So passion, I think passion is the right word for that lah. But even before I discovered this as a passion, right, it begins with a hobby. So how it all begins is because of my dad lah. My dad is like a very typical uncle, right, who likes to grow plants and keep fishes, birds at home. You can just imagine those Chinese uncle, right, that does all this kind of things, right? So that's my dad. So from a very young age, I was already influenced by him because I will visit the pet shop together with him.
Right.
I will visit the nursery with him. I will water my corridor plants with him. And when I see him doing the reporting of plants, I'm also, part of that lah. So So ever since a very young age, I am very drawn to this kind of natural beings, be it animals or even plants and whatnot. So when I still remember in year 2008 when I was in poly, okay, I reached a legal age already by then. So my friends, they're all spending their pocket money, their allowance on, trying to discover themselves. So they use their pocket money to buy cigarettes, alcohol, you know.
Yeah.
But for my case, instead of doing all those kind of stuff, I actually went to the nursery and buy soil.
Wow.
Buy plants, and buy glass jar.
You're the nerd lah.
In a sense lah. So it started with a hobby because even for terrarium, right, in Singapore back then, I don't think it's there's a lot of terrarium makers out there that sells terrarium. And I started to experiment that because there was once I went to Cine Leisure. There was a shop. I forgot what's the name. They have a terrarium on a pedestal.
Right.
Okay, like on display lah. And that terrarium costs, I think if I'm not wrong, $80 to $90. So I picked up that terrarium like that, right? And I was looking at terrarium. Then I saw the price tag. I was like, oh my God, so expensive. Then I say, why so expensive? I see stones, I see soil, I see plant. These kind of things very cheap. How come so expensive, right?
Okay.
So I got very disgruntled because I really like that terrarium, but I cannot buy.
Okay.
I cannot afford lah.
Of course. Yeah.
I was still a student back then. So I went back home, I purchased all these materials and I started building them myself. Yeah, so that is where this hobby started to evolve into what I so-called
Before we
passion.
dive back in,
Yeah,
quick risk
then,
from our sponsor.
I mean, enough about me lah. I also want to know more about you, right? So what is passion to you?
No, but I really thank you for sharing that because you make me actually go back to why I started my fashion brand.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
because
okay.
I like when you said that you felt frustrated when you saw that and then you cannot. For me, I also felt frustrated one time that I did not. I'm not able to, I wanted to make a baju. It's usually me and my Hari Raya story because it started with that frustration lah.
Okay.
Because every time Hari Raya you must stand out from your cousins, right? So.
Okay.
And I hated it when my mom will bring me to buy the fabric, right? And then we will need to find a good tailor. But good tailors are not cheap, right? At that point of time, tailors are something that not easy to find that can really make you the baju kurung or the kebaya. For me, must be of that certain style and all that. So I get frustrated because I know that the cost of what my mom bought for me, the lace and all that from Arab Street, to not having it like my own start on the first day of Raya, can you believe it not? And then the frustration, the feeling like I'm sure not going to stand out during my first day of Raya. I feel that it's a frustration. That's why I came out with my own brand and I said, you know what? I'm going to make baju kurung great again because it's not going to make you're not only going to wear it during Raya, you can actually wear it on any other days. And why has to only be on festive? So from that frustration, it becomes a passion. So when I see women resonates to me like, oh yeah, right, correct. Why we want to waste so much money on just one day and then sometimes the baju so you don't like, that kind of thing. Then I start to make my own lah. Then when people start to ask me like, where do I get these clothes from? Then initially I would just tell them like, okay, you go here, buy Chinatown, buy fabric, then you go and send to this tailor. Then I realized like, hey, why not I make my own brand lah, like rather than, and people just love it. They just love it because they know that they like the idea that you can wear it not only during festive period. Yeah.
So you make your own.
No, technically it's not me, it's my mama. So,
Okay.
Yeah, at that point of time I was like really like in desperation of like thinking that, anyway there's a story that comes with it. But the point that I'm getting here is my mom had to sew the baju kurung for me and we didn't have a sewing machine at home. You know what I did? I actually borrowed my mom's neighbor's sewing machine.
Oh.
And then I just went to buy the fabric and then my mom had to sew it. And then orders kept coming in and I asked my mom, I still remember I asked my mom, like, how many can you sew in 1 month? Because I want to do my calculation, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then at that point of time, the frustration with money and all that, the struggle, how to, make ends meet at that point of time. So it was a mixture of both. At that point of time, I couldn't see it as passion. I just see it like how to make money, more of that first. Then I realized, can I do this for the rest? No brainer, right? Because like most of us need baju kurung for most of the time. So I can see this as a business law. So that's where I feel that now I can say that this is passion. But at that point of time, it started with quite straightforward. It's for money. So start with what I have. Like just now when you said, it really brought me back to how I started. You said that you just sew stone and the thing, what's so difficult? I also in my head, it's just fabric and somebody to sew anyway.
So how did that evolve into a full-on passion for you?
Because to me it's effortless, and I'm the kind I don't like anything that is very complex.
Okay.
Even though I am a complex person, I don't. Only now I'm beginning to realize, you are the complex person. But actually, everything is quite straightforward. But I'm the one who likes to make things very complex, lah. So, but when I realized that, can I see myself doing this and talking and even growing it in the years to come? Because I had to go to nursing school when I was younger, because my father didn't want me to go to LaSalle because whatever reason, the typical Singapore story lah, cannot go to art school, no future and all that. So I had to
now back to the rest of the episode.
In nursing school. But then I ended up becoming a nurse as well, because of the financial part, because my dad got retrenched and all that. But I am still that eccentric nurse. I'm the eccentric nurse. Why I say that? Because people will only remember me with the things that I wear to work. They will remember me by my hair, remember me by the clothes that I wear after I change out from uniform. It's like, hey, that cool nurse. They will say, hey, that cool, she very style, she like quite cool. She always dressed differently. Then I say like, hey, I think that is my calling. I thought. Yeah. Do you went through those kind of things, like you realize, I can really hear that you're very passionate about what you're doing, but when do you call that, like, this is something that I want to do and I don't see myself doing anything else?
Like full-time?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I mentioned earlier on, my background is actually in architecture.
Yes.
So it was very tough for me. Back in poly days, where all these things started from hobby, right? I was studying design also. So you mentioned LaSalle just now, right? Like arts, design, craft, those kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
No future. Actually, I can resonate with you on that. So what happened was I graduated from poly. I did very, very well. Just to give you some context, I don't study very well in secondary school.
Okay.
Barely made it, but I made it into poly.
Yep.
And I found my calling in design, because that's when I realized I actually can do design. I do very well. And I excel in whatever I'm doing in poly. And never in my life will I imagine getting myself enrolled into NUS.
Oh.
Right. So after my poly, I went to NS. After NS, I went to NUS.
Amazing.
Okay. So when I was in NUS, I was studying architecture, right? And I graduated with a master's in architecture also.
Amazing.
So, what do you do after you graduate? You work lah, right? So I work in an architecture firm, okay, and I was bonded by BCA for 2 years.
Amazing.
Okay, the obligation of this BCA bond is I need to serve in a firm for 2 years, any firm, any local firm, right? So I'm obliged to do that. So I finished my bond. Okay, to answer your question now, when do I see myself doing this full time, right? Is when I was so burnt out in my job.
Right.
And I started my business in year 2014 when I was just a student in NUS, like a year 2 student. I started out with a capital of $100 only. Just a mere $100 with a few of my friends from poly lah. So the reason why I started out this business is because I have this hobby of doing terrariums, right? Then I have this opportunity coming to me. Like a flea market kind of opportunity lah. Back then, flea market was pretty trendy lah.
Yeah, I know. Tanglin Mall, no?
A lot of place.
Okay,
right, a lot of place.
Yes.
So, we have like this kind of small booth popping up here and there.
Yeah.
So I got this opportunity to go to this flea market booth. The condition is that the thing that we sell must be handmade, okay, locally, cannot be procured from, Alibaba, those kind of places.
Right.
So, me and my friends decided to put in $100 each. So our startup capital was only accumulative, only $400.
Okay.
$400 only. So we buy the materials, we start building it, we build ready, then we sell. Right? We sell, then and we did okay lah, because terrarium was a trend back then. So we did okay, but every cent we earn, we put back into the business. However, right, when I graduated and I started working for 2 years in the industry, I was so inundated with so much work that I have a lot of anxiety every time when it comes to Sunday. Okay, my heart will start to beat very fast. I cannot really breathe properly. And I realized I bring a lot of emotions home. And I got sick and tired of the job.
Right.
And I'm also passionate about design, just so you know. Very, very passionate about design. That's why I think I did okay in school, right? But I realized that design in the industry, right, the design component is probably only like 5 to 10%, or even lesser than that. The rest is managing expectations of clients, my boss's expectations, juggling countless meetings, replying to countless emails, and stuff like that. Yeah. So these are the mundane stuff that I don't like. And I already have a space back then, which I'm paying rent for. So every single month, I'm bleeding because I only have 24 hours, per day. I spend like 20 hours in my job, and that remaining 2 hours, I want to rest. I can't really do my business,
Yes.
So I'm bleeding every single month. And I thought to myself, do I want to continue doing this? Where do I see myself in the next, 5 to 10 years?
Yep.
Becoming a full-fledged architect, what kind of income am I getting? Versus if I give my business a chance, do this full-time, what are the potential, right? What is the upside to it? Do I have any regrets? So this is the moment where I thought to myself, maybe I should really consider this. So this is the financial part, right? I'm worrying about the financial part. But there was also this stress that's coming from my friends and family.
Okay.
Right? So they will be, typical Singaporeans. They will be like, hey, you graduated from NUS. Oh, good leh. Hey, master's degree. Good leh.
Yeah.
Right. And then, you want to start your own business?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And an architect is a profession. So by right, on paper, they look very good and grand, right? So, but of course, they don't understand what goes behind the job scope.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, so I was fighting a lot of that also, and my inner demons as well.
Yep.
Like, is this really worth it? What if this thing don't work out? Yeah, etc., etc.
Yep.
So, long story short, I decided to do it because I decided to do full-fledged in my business when my full-time job is killing me from the inside out. Yeah, so that is why I decided, just give it a shot.
But
back then I was 20 plus years old only, so I don't have a lot of commitments.
Okay.
I don't have like...
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, I don't have family, right? Okay. I mean, I have family, but I'm not married, I don't have children. The only worry I need to worry about is clearing my tuition loans.
Right.
Okay, my school fees and etc. So I just have to make sure that whatever money I bring in through this business is able to afford rent, afford my daily expenses, and then that's fine. Just give it a shot first. If it doesn't work out for, X number of years, then maybe I can consider going back into architecture. Anyway, I have that degree already. It is like my safety net. So why not give it a shot? Yeah, so that was my thinking back then. But once I decided to tender my resignation, and I started embarking on this path, right, I never ever look back.
Amazing.
Yeah. My friend asked me, will you ever consider going back to architecture? Just a few months ago.
Okay, then. Definitely.
I look at her and I say, you crazy?
You burned the bridge already lah.
No lah, I never burned the bridge lah.
Okay.
I won't consider that burning the bridge, but it's more like I have tasted this pasture of green, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I want to ever go back unless something major happens. To my business, then, I might go back. Yeah.
But of course, okay, this one I think I've never asked people. Will you, okay, like when we said about we don't say jump ship lah. We don't think that working is gonna work for us, right? So if people were to hear from us, right, and like, so that means my future, like I also cannot have my work. Should I just go and start my business? Because I'm also, like maybe somewhere similar. Because if I am not here right now, like at where I am now, if I were to hear your story, right, and I hated nursing, right, I would just like, okay, yeah, I'm going to resign today. Tomorrow I'm going to start my business. Will you advise on to ensure that at least have a stability of the money first, rather than...
Okay, that's a very good question. So many years ago, okay, I won't say many years ago lah. I shouldn't say that.
Many years ago.
A few years ago, when I decided to do this, right, I don't have any financial burden. Okay, not much, right? At least I don't have I'm not married, I don't have children. I don't have this kind of worry, right?
Commitments and all that.
Commitments, I would say commitments. Fast forward now, about 5-6 years later, now I see that my friends are all jaded in their job. I have foresee what they are going through already. So that is why I decided to jump ship, like what you say, right? They, at this moment, they are sandwiched because they are in the age whereby some of them are married, got children already, some of them BTO already, some of them have invested so much time and energy into their career, to jump ship. It's too much for them already. And if they were to jump, to try something new, what are they doing? So this is my first question. What do you want to do first? Right? If you want to do something that you have been working on during your spare time, like a hobby, then yes, I think you can give it a shot. But if you are jumping ship to something totally brand new, like example, you have maybe 40, 50,000 in your bank, and you say, I have this sum of money, I want to try something. What do you want to try? F&B? I want to try investing in this company, whatever, then of course you need to do your research lah. But if you are intending to invest and quit your job at the same time and doing it full time, I will really have to say and advise that you have to weigh the consequences and you have to weigh a lot of things, because my situation and your situation is very different, right? I don't have any financial burden when I made the decision, right? I don't have any commitments, but right now, what kind of commitments do you have? You need to really weigh.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Correct.
And I also see a lot of people who are facing their midlife crisis. People in their 40s, 50s.
Yes.
I don't know them personally, but I've seen so many.
And hear stories and all that.
Yes. So what happens is that they have gone through life doing things that is very repetitive every day. For the past 20, 30 years. They got sick and tired already. They have this sum of money, savings I would say. And they try to venture into something brand new.
Correct.
So it's a hit and miss, right? When you have so much capital, of course, things can work out also, right? You have budget to do marketing, to do, you can set up a proper business app corp. You can do a lot of things, right? You can have a very good shop front, good location. That's provided if you have the budget to do it.
Correct.
And provided you can lose this amount of money.
And don't feel anything about it.
So disposable income, right?
Correct.
Disposable money. So if you can do that, then go ahead. You can try, right? You can try. But I usually won't suggest people to quit their job and then do this completely. Definitely you need to test the water
Correct.
first. So of course, I'm not some kind of guru, but I'm just giving my advice based on very realistic expectations of a typical Singaporeans.
Of course.
Because once you put the money in, you expect ROI. For sure, right? So you will start to think, okay, this is the X amount of money I put in. Then you start to calculate in your mind or even on paper, when am I getting this money back, right? What is the risk, etc., etc. Yeah, so it's not as easy as ABC lah.
Nope.
It is not.
Yeah, it's not. It's really need a lot of... I feel like what do you resonate with? Some people we can share our experience, but sometimes they don't want to listen, right? Do you allow them or not allow? Do you feel that you have to feel it then to know it lah? Some people their character is like that. No, I want to feel it first.
Yeah.
So is that considered this is my passion? I need to live it when I'm still young. I don't want to live older and then I turn back I regret. But what will you say to them?
Wow. Okay. So usually I have so much to say about this.
I know, right? It's like...
Okay. So the thing is, to answer your question first, I would say go ahead first. Okay. But of course, I'll ask them this question also. How do you define passion? Right? What if this new journey that you want to embark on does not feed you, does not bring you the income that your full-time job is paying you? Are you able to live with it? Okay, so this is the question I asked myself when I decided to leave architecture, and decided to do this. I asked myself, if this thing don't work out, how long can I sustain? What is going to happen, etc. Okay, so my answer is, I love doing what I'm doing. Okay, to the point whereby I know if I'm not getting paid, which means to say I got no customer, it means that my craft is not at a standard whereby people appreciate it. Okay, and that is the reason why I don't have customer lah. No money, right? So I need to hone my craft even more. So coming back to that, my friend, if they come to me and say that, hey, Ming Kuang, I have this passion project that I want to embark on. I ask them this question, passion, what is passion to you? If they cannot give themselves a very clear answer on what is passion, okay, because people usually mix up hobby and passion together. Yeah. To me, these are two very different words.
Correct.
Right? Hobby is something that you do on your free time, it gives you leisure, right? Do for fun, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. But what is passion? Passion is very deep. There's a very deep meaning to it.
Yeah.
So I have friends tell me, I have passion in design, right? Interior design, whatever lah. Then I want to do this and I want to do that. I'm sure very good. Okay, please go ahead lah. But what if your passion project or this passion business does not sustain you? Then they start to think already, lor. They start to think and they start to question themselves. Okay lah, maybe not passion lah. Okay, the reason why I'm so agitated lah when people come to me with this kind of question is because, right, I know what is passion and I know what I've given up for passion, right?
So you have sacrificed.
Yeah,
right?
in a sense.
Yeah.
So I fought my inner demon, and that is the hardest trench to cross over. The money part, all these things you can work out, but the inner demons are something that is you have to fight inside yourself and nobody can help you.
Yep.
So I've overcome that. And for somebody to come to me and say, hey, I got passion in this, I got passion in that, they say it so easily, but you see them, right, 3 months down the road, 5 months down the road, 1 year down the road, right, whatever they proclaim as passion, right, cease to exist.
True.
Right, so what is passion to them?
Yeah.
Right, I can be very honest and tell you that if today I'm still doing architecture as a full-time job, you will still find me on the weekends, right, at home or somewhere doing something related to greenery or something related to botanical, and that is for sure. Yeah, but of course I wouldn't consider that as a hobby lah. But to me, it's very passionate. I even I even have a mental image of how my future home is going to look like with all the greeneries and whatnot ready. So, I'm really very passionate about the green stuff. Whatever I'm doing right now lah. Yeah.
And how do you feel that your passion in the greeneries and all that can make an impact to people and all that?
Okay, I wouldn't be in a sense I don't think I am that of a saint to create an impact to the world. I wouldn't say that. But what really touches and motivates me is when I finish that product, okay, and when it's handed over to my client, you see the smile on their face and you see the excitement in them when they receive it. You see how much they love it, right? This is what feeds me. Yeah, this is what I believe in that moment, right? I've created an impact on that person. And that is something that drives me, I would say. Really, because I still remember very vividly, right? In year 2014, when we started doing booth at flea markets, we sell terrariums. I can be very honest with you, back in year 2014, the terrarium that I make looked like shit. Okay? Look like crap. Okay? I mean, compared to whatever I'm doing now. Okay? But even so, right, at that point of time, the standard was so low. The bar is so low that I do something like that. To them, right, they perceive it as very nice already. Yeah. And the compliments they give me actually motivates me even more. And there is this sense of satisfaction and sense of joy that I cannot really put to words lah. But it's something like that lah. Yeah.
I do feel that way too. But for me, I'm not. If you are the same with what I went through, the reason why I want that satisfaction, I like to see that satisfaction of my customer, or when they say thank you to me for doing that for them, right, is because I was lacking of that from my life. Like people acknowledging me, thanking me and all that. So I will work hard. At the point of time when initially I start, I'll work hard, and then when I'm addicted to that. So when I do good things for people, right, then I see, oh, thank you, Kat, I like it. And then I'm like, I really want that. So when you said that, I'm like, I'm totally on that as well. But does it come from a space where, for me, it's like, because the love language that I had from my parents was lesser of acknowledgement towards me. That's why I needed that validation. Do you resonate, or what is the deeper impact that you want to do from your whatever that you're doing? I mean, sorry, not whatever stuff. Pardon my sentence. Like the amazing work that you do. What is a deeper impact that you want to do, like making them smile and all that? But what is a deeper impact that you want to do from your work?
Okay, so what I want to, in a sense, what do I really want to achieve out of my business, right?
Yeah.
Is that I realized that over the years, and this is actually a topic that I studied back in the days when I'm still schooling, that you see how people are working right now is that they are so busy, right? It's a very, very fast-paced environment. The stress is tantamount, right? It's crazy, the stress. When you work in a nurse, I'm sure you are inundated with a lot of inquiries, patients. Stress, I would say stress at work.
Yep.
And whatever that I'm doing right now in terms of botanical, right, actually helps in the mental wellness as well. Mental wellness aspect, right? Yep. So it has been proven in studies, okay, that if let's say we surround ourselves with nature, okay, when I say nature, it doesn't mean greenery only. It can also imply animals, okay. Nature can also imply natural sunlight, breeze, wind, sea view, grounding, water, sound of the breeze, the rustling leaves, and these are all packed under the word nature,
Right.
So when we surround ourselves with nature, okay, our productivity will increase at work. That's number one. Okay, our mental wellness will improve as well. So, I understood that. And I kind of like resonated with very well, because growing up, right, as a boy, I already know that, how come I enjoy going to the pet shop, to the fish farm, to the nursery with my dad, okay? Because if you ask me now, right, going to somewhere that is very hot, and humid, like the fish farm is a lot of water, so it's very humid. And the nursery is also very humid sometimes. I will definitely say no to you. But when I go to this kind of places as a very young kid, I already experience joy. I'm happy already, but I don't know why. It was only until I go to uni and it becomes a topic because I'm studying spaces. Architecture, we are studying spaces, right? And I realized that there's this term called biophilic. Biophilic.
Oh, biophilic. Okay.
So there's this thing called biophilic design. Okay. Essentially, you're designing space with the consideration of natural elements. Okay. And I realized that actually I'm in that category of nature, right? My so-called business, right, is in the category. And I also realized that people are working in such a fast-paced environment that stress becomes a very common thing at work. Okay? And how to alleviate stress. Nature is one of the solutions, right? So for my business, okay, if you're asking me what kind of impact I want to create, it's really to diffuse the boundary between the inside space and also the outside space. Okay, usually nature, you associate nature to outdoor, right? How can I marry these two spaces together? Right. And then you can have a part of your outdoor in your indoor environment. But of course, I also recognize and also understand that to have nature indoor, especially the botanical part indoor, right, it's not easy. Plants is also a living thing. Sometimes you don't have green thumb, okay, green fingers. Sometimes you don't have...
That thing is not, it's real.
Huh?
That one is real, the green fingers. Like if some people touch the plant, then they die.
Not literally like that lah. Okay, but what I mean is, they don't have green fingers in the sense that whatever plants they bring home, right, after a few days, a few months, they will just die. Right. So this is the typical green finger term. Okay. So what happened is, so some people don't have green fingers. Some people, some plants, they just don't survive indoor because of like what I mentioned earlier. Earlier on, not enough lack of sunlight, not enough ventilation. So many factors that will affect your whether the space can do any greenery or not. Right. So that is where I come in because the services that the product and services that I provide, especially the preserved moss wall installation, it is an artwork. While at the same time, it is also something that will green up your indoor environment.
Right.
And at the same time, this one has zero maintenance, zero. So you literally don't have to worry about keeping it alive because it's already in the preserved state. right? So this is what I am trying to do, trying to marry the indoor and outdoor space together, trying to introduce greenery indoor so that, hopefully my work can inspire. At the same time, help to take that little bit of stress away from your work lah. Yeah, so this is what I try to do. I'm also doing not only just indoor, but I'm also doing outdoor, like landscape work. So if you live in a landed home, usually landed home you have like a front yard, side yard, or maybe even a backyard, right? Yeah. So I do those kind of services as well. I design the landscape for you. Then so this is what I do also. Yeah, so if let's say I have the opportunity to from a client to do their indoor space and also outdoor space, then I will definitely try to marry these two things together.
So who are you? Who are your clients? Like who are these people? They are people who believe in resonates what you said, like nature will help them and they wanna bring it indoors and they see that vision of yours. Like they resonate lah. Like oh yeah, this is what I would like to have.
So for so just yesterday there's a guy who texted me on WhatsApp and inquiring about the product that I'm doing lah, like basically that preserved moss installation, but it's in a frame format. So he has a home office. He wants to have that frame indoor. Okay, so at least when he look at it, I'm looking at part of the greenery lah, right? So a lot of my clients are residential. They come direct to me. Okay, like example, you have a home, right? You have this blank wall. And then you think that you need to do something to this blank wall. Okay, but you don't know what. You can do painting, right? You can buy a painting and then you hang there. You can do wallpaper, right? Or you can opt for something more natural like a preserved moss frame, right? So you just tell me your wall dimension. I will just draft everything out in AutoCAD for you so you have a scale and proportion and then do the design for you. And then you can just hang it up, right? So residential is one of them. I have property developers. Right. They come to me also. I also have a lot of corporates. Yeah, so these are my
amazing.
my customers lah and my clients lah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I remember when you mentioned just now about the nursing part, then like how the patients. No, you didn't say that. You said something like nursing, and then it reminded me of like there's one hospital that wanted to start that, right? It's like Eco. Is it Ang Teng Fong?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That time I was still a nurse, I think.
Oh, so you're working there?
Not there. I was working in another hospital, but they were talking about the plan of that, and then they said that it's like a huge project, but it's the doctors were all talking about it, how it can help. Greeneries can help with the patients and all that. I was like, wow. And then now that you are saying it, that lah.
Yeah, so that was a very hot topic because on the topic of biophilic design in Singapore, that is definitely being brought up, right? So there was a before and after thing. So before, this is the theory, right, that it helps the patients with, this kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how it benefits them. Then, of course, there's the after report. Okay, and truth be told, the after report really, okay, the botanical parts, the landscaping and all this really help the patients a lot. So there's a study on that. So it kind of like verify, and affirms that whatever I'm doing right is actually for the greater good lah. Yeah, so that is why I am even more passionate about the things that I'm doing. So this is
I totally can relate. Yeah, because every time I go to Garden by the Bay, when I'm really enough of whatever, right? When I go to Garden by the Bay and I've been to the dome before, and I'm like, well, I want to live in here.
Live in the dome.
Like the feeling of like you really wanna, because sometimes like too much of whatever that. I mean, entrepreneurs are boring. Sorry.
No lah. Don't say that.
I mean, I sometimes feel like because I do the routine things all the time, and to me it's like sometimes when I take myself out just for a bit, I'm like, oh, I should have just sit down here for a bit lah. Why am I so? I have now the freedom of the time. Why am I confining myself in a space where, that's just a funny thing about me lah. I don't know whether you also feel you go through that. But you work around the greenery, so maybe you don't feel that. For me, it's like, as an entrepreneur now, I feel like really I have a freedom of like deciding on certain things, but I still choose to be confined in at least like I'm not supposed to be confined in that space, but I choose.
So you have like an office where you do the work, or?
Early last year, I gave up all my 4 units, and I had a shop, I had a office, I have a warehouse, a place that I make into my warehouse. 4 units because I went through a really crazy moment of my business. About almost 30 employees left me, and I realized so I'm trying to heal. So nature helps me.
Oh, in what sense?
Because every time I go to botanical garden a lot because I can walk from my home to botanical garden. I'm blessed in that sense. I walk a lot to the point that I realized that I can walk to botanical garden, and every morning when I do that. And actually, I love the fact that in the morning, the crowd in Botanical Garden is amazing. Because I think because the people who live around the area. So I was like, I get to I'm not eavesdropping, but I get to listen to people sharing they were talking like, it's either couples or, I'm like, hey, very interesting. Early morning, like on Monday morning and all that. Then it starts to make realize that, I didn't realize that I now have the freedom. The reason why I want to work so hard for my passion. First, of course, it's for money, right? Then after a while, I start to question like, so what if I have the money and then what? What if people starts to leave me? What does that makes me as a person? Am I an evil person? Back then. But then I think back now I'm talking to you. I never said this before. I sharing with you. I feel like that's not also no money. Also not really a lot of friends like. Because nobody want to friends with me also when I don't have money. But then when I have money, right, when they know that to them I'm striving, right, they start to even hate me more because they feel that how can you be successful? Cannot be. Like you were somebody, you were nobody. Then suddenly now people are raving for your clothes. Like not possible. This one all just yaya papaya on social media.
Are they your friends?
Exactly, that got me questioned. Then that was the time when I realized, you know what? I didn't shut down. I moved out from, I was living in Sentosa for a bit. So I moved out there because I thought too much water for me was not good for me and all that. I was actually living already at a point of like, this is really what I want to live. But because of the comments that I got from the people surrounding me, right? It's like as if I cannot accept that, the new me, that I felt that I was betraying my old me. That kind of, this was why I never said. I was like that realization. So I decided to move back to a space where I love the most, which is in the central part of Singapore. And I told myself, I'm just going to shut myself down in this space. And amazingly, that space, even though it's like they say it's a concrete jungle, but it's a space where there's nature around it. So it's like, I didn't realize that part like the nature actually, I love plants, like just the fakes, just put fakes inside my house and all. But I know that every time when, this is all after you sharing with me. Thank you very much. It's like you make me rediscover about myself and, and you're so true. And I know now why you're so passionate about it. And you need to continue your business for the rest of your life. Because
Thank you.
Because it's really going to help someone in terms of when you are left alone, right? Like, everyone left you, and for the moment that you thought you'll reach your peak, right? So you thought, I thought everybody wants this, right? At the point of time when my old me, right, I was thinking like, oh, maybe because I don't have money, maybe because I don't have this, that's why people don't want me. Even in relationship, men and all that, I always feel that I cannot. I'm a failure. Like men also, like all the men I met, all like, oh, cannot make it, and then I realized like, they're draining me, they're taking my money away, and then I am giving away money freely just to make them love me, that kind of thinking, to the point that I realized like, I must make my own money. I must be independent. I don't need a man to tell me that I'm worthy of their money, and then that's why I wanted to become so successful. And then when I have my own people, I start to realize like, hey, these people are all, they define me, like, wow, they like me because I'm so used to like, I need that validation from the old me, right? That there need to be people around me, so scared to be alone and all that. Then the point when last year, I was tested to be alone and in that space where nature, and then I kept walking to botanical garden is something that always, like driving me like early morning walk I need to go there.
So it becomes like a daily ritual for you.
Almost like I didn't become consistent on that, but I know that each time when I step into botanical garden, I feel like, okay, this is like home to me. That's why just now I feel like I remember the garden by the bay. And that I just a few weeks ago, I was feeling too much, because I'm going to open my shop again. Because you know that feeling of like when you want to heal from that past and then now you want to move into the new space. I got the unit in January this year, but it took me 10 months to officially open it.
Then you are paying rent for 10 months?
Yes, I'm paying rent for 10 months because I just feel that I want to be ready. But ready is when, right? So, but of course, these passions are all driving me. And that's why I feel like, it's scary. People say, wow, you're throwing your money like that. You pay rent lah, no need to. No, I'm like, okay, it's not now. My question is this, what am I doing now? Like, is it really for money? Because money initially, like, I want to buy all those fancy stuff lah. I even have a Ferrari and all that, But I feel still, I couldn't feel that. But now you really reminded me, thank you very much. You really reminded me that the grounding effect, like, of nature, and that is something that people should try and, connect, because it doesn't have to be everything about materials and everything, right? It's like, it is some point like it's materials on some sort, but it cannot go as simple as nature. Like you said just now, the nature, list of things of nature.
Yeah, like taking a walk and all these things. This is all part of nature also.
Yeah, it's like don't complicate life, right? See, I'm very complex, right? Sure. So
no, struggles, I will classify it, whatever you say just now as your personal struggles, right? I also have my own personal struggle when it comes to passion, right? So, in some way, I think I can relate to you also. That's where I fight against my own inner demon.
And that's why I want to know what's the inner demons you're talking about.
Okay, so there's so many, right? Because okay, so one thing is whatever expectations people have of me. Okay. Be it my boss.
Right.
Okay, my previous boss, my friends, my family, my parents, right? I am somebody, okay, the reason why I have burnouts is because I put so much pressure on myself.
Okay,
because if let's say you are my boss today, you hire me, I'm working for you. As long as I'm working for somebody, I'm taking something from you in exchange for my service, right? I will give my 101%.
Same.
Okay? And because of this, right, I'm an okay student in school. I graduated. I can talk to people. I can interact with people. I'm not like, even though I realize I become an introvert, but I can be extrovert if I need to. And then what happens is that I put a lot of pressure on myself to perform. Okay, and of course I did perform right? So what happened was back then my boss actually threw me so many projects as a fresh grad. Okay. And I got so inundated with so much work pressure that I start to not do well in my job. Okay? Yeah. So that is one. Then, so I was feeling very, very miserable in my job. Okay? Because even though in my boss's eyes, I am still a good employee, because I am the kind of person who is willing to sleep in my office, right, overnight, okay, just to finish the job until the wee hours. Then you come into the office, you see me sleeping on the couch. Yeah, so that is me, okay? And I am those kind of person who don't mind even taking leave just to work from home one. Okay, back then working from home is a very foreign thing. That is before COVID.
True.
So I take leave, very precious leave, right, just to work from home. Why do I do that? Is because so that the contractors don't call me, the consultant don't call me, my boss don't call me, my colleague don't call me, right? And I'm not obligated to reply to your email because I am on leave. So I need to work in peace.
Right.
So this is how much work I have, that I have to resort to this kind of methods lah. Then come my parents, is that, they raised me so, to a big boy. Then I graduated from Archie school in NUS with a master's degree. They have a lot of expectations from me. Then I tell them, Mom, I don't want to do architecture anymore. My dad, until today, still don't understand why. Okay, yeah. So I have pressure from my family as well, my relative also, because I am probably one of the first few who actually went into a local U. Okay, they are very, very proud of me. And I'm very, very thankful that I have very supportive relatives and family also. But when I decided to make the decision to jump, from full-time Archie to, like this kind of to a full-time unknown job, unknown business, with no major capital injection. Okay. They are skeptical lah, right? Is Ming Kuang, making the right decision? I thought he very smart one. Why he like do this kind of thing, right?
Reckless like that.
Very reckless. Then come my friend, right? Next is my friend. Then my friend also like very unsure. Are you sure you want to give up your architecture, career? You are doing very well. You are, your learning curve is so steep that most of us, if you become a full-fledged architect, you will be one of the first few in our batch to do that. Okay, because being an architect is after graduate from master's degree, right? We still have to go through portfolio, 2 years of portfolio.
Right.
Then 2 years of industry experience, minimally. Back then, this is my criteria. Then we also need to do, we need to we need to take 2 papers of exam and also, I think, 2 rounds of interview, if I'm not wrong. So it's a very stringent procedure before you are a licensed architect. So I was actually on my trajectory is already there already. My career path is already there. So if I persist on, then I will definitely make it out and become a full-fledged architect lah. But then I thought to myself, is it worth it? And stuff like that. So these are my inner demons. Okay. And these inner demons are something that I need to overcome myself because it's so easy to say, right? But when you really have to do it, it's so difficult.
Yes.
And being a very logical person, I'm not an emotional person, I'm a very logical person.
Is it because of men?
I don't know. But maybe it's my upbringing also because I don't come from a very well-to-do family, right? So I've seen how my family struggle with money and etc. And for me to make this decision, right, it's not financially very wise, right?
Okay.
So for me to make this kind of illogical decision,
yeah,
it is very against myself,
right?
So when I decided to take that so-called risk, I just take and don't look back first. Don't think so much, just do. I think at the end of the day, I need to do something that makes me happy lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think for even similar like you, what you want to do is you want to step out of that very nasty place, right? And you have to find yourself and also make yourself happy.
Yeah.
For whatever. However you want to be happy, it's only up to you. You only have the answer to yourself,
correct,
right? So I think that is very important that you need to have this self-discovery lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my case is my happiness is above all else lah. I mean, I'm not saying this from a very selfish perspective
No,
what,
definitely
but
not. Yeah.
It's not like I have to be happy, then you have to be miserable. No. Okay. But what I'm trying to say is I want to be in a very happy state all the time. So that is also one of the factors that contributed to my decision in wanting to do this full-time, because if I am not happy doing what I am doing, which is my architecture job, right, then what is the purpose of my life? Honestly, really, I only have that one life, right? And I only have my prime, at that point of time, I'm only 20 plus, maybe 27, 28 years old. That's like my prime, I would say, right? I would say even now is my prime, but...
Yeah, of course, it's all time, it's our prime.
Yeah, so if let's say I gave up, like doing this, pursuing my business full time, then I'm still stuck with my architecture job. Then if I'm like my friend right now, in a state whereby they are sandwiched, then I'm doomed lah. I also don't know what to do already. Really, because if you ask me if I'm a full-time architect now, you ask me to go back to, making the decision to do my business full-time, I don't think I will lah. You know what I mean? Because I have a HDB coming, right? And stepping into the unknown. Back then, the market was still not saturated, but now it's already saturated already. Do I want to step into this doing a business? I might not, right? Because I am maybe not in the right not the right time to do it lah, I would say, for myself lah, right? Based on my circumstances. Yeah lor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love your sharing, and you're bringing me to a really different space altogether.
No, don't say that. You are also
really
enlightening me. Really,
it's like amazing. Like the greeneries part really is like, I feel that in Singapore that's really important for us, and I know that I appreciate the end parks and all that, because I feel that at least we have some nature to still find sanity among all the craziness that we are confined in. And not that I do not want to be someone who's like ungrateful and complaining about what we do not have. But for people like you who actually make it like, it into a joy, and, and people have an option to benefit from you. So it's like, whatever you make it into a business. So I'm like, business are amazing lah. Business people are amazing, because who told me that, like, the business people are the innovators, right? Without without business people, right? Like yourself and myself, we must acknowledge ourselves.
Yes,
so
yes.
what would you share what is your takeaway that you want to share that, if people who are aspiring entrepreneurs or maybe they are entrepreneurs who are probably facing some kind of a roadblock right now, what is there's something that you want to share from today's sharing that?
Roadblock, okay.
Just a short takeaway on what?
Okay, so if let's say they are in the midst of thinking whether I should do now or do later or when the time is right, actually my best advice, right, to them, right, is if you think that your circumstances is already there, okay, you can do it, okay, just go for it. Really, just go for it. Because I always tell people, right, the best time to plant an apple tree is 10 years ago or maybe 15 years ago. Because this is when now then you can
reap the rewards.
Correct. Okay, but if you miss the opportunity, right, then the best time is actually now. Right? Why are you still waiting for tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next month, and etc. Right? So if you have already made that decision to want to do this, then don't procrastinate anymore. Right? When you are free during your free time, if you are working full time, right, your weekends, your lull periods, you should be spending time on honing your skills for your maybe your other business or other business in mind, or maybe your hobbies or whatever, because you will never know if you can actually have the opportunity to monetize this hobby or this this sideline of yours. So whatever we do during your spare time is also very important. Don't just keep watching Netflix. Don't just spend your time away doing the redundant stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Try to empower yourself, upskill yourself. Things like that. Never procrastinate. That's my. Always keep yourself busy. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, and find joy. Find
yes,
joy.
Correct,
Don't
correct.
be forced into something.
Yeah, that's very important. Whatever we do, we have to find joy.
Yes.
Really, because if we are doing something that's miserable, then what is the point of living?
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So
why are you struggling like
we
that?
are spending like 8 hours of our daily times. Like
sometimes more.
Correct. It's like 1/3, right? Minimally 1/3
Yes.
working. So we want to make sure that not only just 2/3 of our time we are happy. We want to make sure our entire day is happy, right? We don't want to be miserable like 1/3 of our day, 1/3 of our life.
True.
So we have to make sure that we have to keep our stress low, keep our happiness level up.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and enjoy nature.
Correct. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in to Clean Your Toilet podcast. My name is Ming Kuang, and thank you so much, Kat, for your time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I always say this, right? So your transformation starts with inner work. So like what I mentioned earlier on, the best time to plant an apple tree is actually 10, 15 years ago. Okay, but the next best time is actually right now. So stop wasting time, stop procrastinating, and start getting your job done. Thank you very much.